Hi groovy people, I'm so excited to finally be filming this video because it is highly requested. But my name is Alexis and I'm the owner of my small business EUNOIA Co. And today I am bringing you my record collection. I'm constantly getting messages and comments asking about some of my records that you see on the walls of my room or in my videos, along with the fact that my bestie Emily has been asking me to make this video since June. Shout out to you, Emily, if you're watching this, because this one's for you. But this isn't even my full collection. I recently moved to North Carolina, so almost all of my records are back in Wisconsin, and I just took my favorite ones and the ones I listen to most with me. And if you like any of the music or style that goes along with any of the vinyls I'm going to be showing you today, you would love my brand. Go check it out. All the links are down below in the description. A quick little backstory. I have been collecting records for the past 4 years. I started doing it when I was a freshman in high school, and I am now a freshman in college. But actually, records are the reason I was able to create this brand, and I found things that I love because when my grandpa passed away, we went through all of his stuff, and I took home a ton of his records, made a record wall in my room, and that's what got me into all the 70s stuff. So that's your fun fact of the day. But I've been collecting them ever since. My goal in life is to have a whole room in my house in the future that's just dedicated to records and books. I just think that would be so amazing. But this collection is a long time coming, but I'm really proud of it and I'm really excited to share it with you. And another thing that I love to talk about is the fact that there are only probably 3 of these that I bought new. All of them have been bought at thrift stores and different record stores, so they're authentic from the era that they were created. And there's so many fun goodies I always find in them. I'm always finding posters and different things, and I just love it so much because it's from that time. First, we're gonna start with the greatest band of all time, ABBA. I currently have 7 of their albums, and my goal is to collect all of them, but we are getting there. So we have ABBA Gold. Everyone knows this album. It's really cool. I love how the actual vinyls themselves are gold. That's really cool. And this is actually the first record album I bought with my own money. It's very special to me and I'll always have it displayed somewhere. Right now I just have it on top of my dresser. Iconic. Next I have ABBA the album, and this is one I have currently displayed on my little mini record wall. I just love the cover art. It's really pretty. Voulez-Vous is such a good album, but I'm so sad. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden the vinyl just disappeared and I flipped my room upside down trying to find it and I never did. So I don't know what happened to it, but I'm probably gonna have to go buy another one because I actually do really love this album. Voyage! It just makes me so happy that I lived during a time where ABBA released new music, and that's such a flex. So of course I had to get it. I pre-ordered it the second I found out that they had a new album coming out last year. Waterloo! I love this one. It's so good, and their outfits are always so good. I love this album. It's one of my favorite of theirs, and honestly, in my opinion, I would say it's pretty underrated. So if you haven't listened to this one, I would definitely recommend. Super Trooper, so good, so iconic. We all know this album. So the next artist I have is Elton John, the icon legend himself. He's actually the artist I have the most albums of. He is tied for first with ABBA. I absolutely adore Elton. I actually got to see him perform live in concert back in March this year, and it was the greatest concert of my life, and I wish I could relive it every single night, and I'm just so thankful that I got to see him perform live on his last farewell tour. Elton John, Breaking Hearts. Elton John leather jackets. This one's really cool. I love the picture on the back and I love the colors on the front. Elton John Caribou. This is the first album I ever bought of him because I knew his name and I knew some of his songs, but I saw this at the record store, bought it, and this is the album that got me into him, so it's super special to me. Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player. I love this album. It's so good, and just the name of it is the best. Too Low for Zero. I freaked out when I saw this one because I've been looking for it everywhere. Elton John 11-17-70. This is such a good underrated Elton John album. Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy. This is such a cool one. It actually came with a poster and I have it hung up above my closet door, but it pretty much looks like this. This is another one that I've been looking for forever, Madman Across the Water. Just by looking at it, you'd probably think I bought it brand new, but it's actually not, and it's just in such good condition, and it just has all the classics on it. If you know Elton, you know this album. It's so good. This one's really cool too because you open it up and it shows a bunch of the different lyrics for the songs with illustrations that are really cool. Honky Chateau, so cool. This is another one that opens up and has the lyrics, and I find it really special when they do that because most don't. My last Elton one I have is Friends. This is hands down just the coolest looking vinyl that I own. It's Abbey Road, and it's just so cool because it's printed on the actual vinyl. And this is just the most iconic picture of all time, and I love it so much. I'm so thankful I got it, even though it was a little bit expensive. Beatles Yesterday and Today. This is my go-to album to listen to on my phone when I am at the beach. But there's actually a really interesting backstory with this. If you know the whole story behind the Butcher baby situation, and if you know what I'm talking about, we did look at the record store and there wasn't any that were the original that you can make a lot of money on. So unfortunately, I won't be rich. Beatles 65. You're probably wondering where the cover art for this one is. It's Let It Be, but I got it in a frame. That frame is hung up on my wall, and that's the reason I got it, because this is super scratched to the point where it's kind of hard to play, which is really sad. Time for some John Lennon, who is personally my favorite of the Beatles. Imagine, which the song Imagine is actually one of my all-time favorite songs, so I had to get the album. I love to play it on the piano, and I love John Lennon. Then I have Mind Games. I got this one because I love the album, but honestly because I love the cover art so much, so this one gets hung up in my room. Time for some Earth, Wind & Fire, which is one of our favorite disco groups. Here is the best of Earth, Wind & Fire. Such an iconic album that everyone knows this cover if you listen to them. That's the Way of the World, and their outfits are always so killer. And I love that they always, oh my gosh, it's gonna fall. I love that they always do this thing where you fold it out and you can see all of them. This one actually came with the biggest poster I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't have it with me, otherwise I would show it in the video, but it's really cool and it just has a bunch of pictures of them. Raise, really good. This has a lot of songs that people probably know, pretty popular ones, but nonetheless, it's a really cool album cover. The last Earth, Wind & Fire one I have is Gratitude. Not gonna lie, the middle is more exciting than the front, but they get a pass because they have some of the best music. For the Tramps, I have two of theirs, and I have Where the Happy People Go. Then I have Disco Inferno, and Disco Inferno, the song is one of my absolute favorite disco songs. So for my Fleetwood Mac part of my collection, I have Rumors, which is hung up on my wall. And with this little insert thing, it has a bunch of pictures, and then it has the lyrics of the songs in the album. Bare Trees, I love the back of this. The last of theirs I have is just the Fleetwood Mac album, but really cool, and I love the music on this one. So these are Dean Martin ones I have, and I don't have the cover art with me. I don't know why I didn't bring it with me. I think it was because I was too sad to take down my record wall back at home, but I did bring the actual vinyl because I love the Houston Dean Martin album. I also have Dean Martin's Greatest Hits. We got some Beach Boys. I love the vinyl on this one. There's no possible way to have bad vibes while playing Beach Boys. I also have All Summer Long by the Beach Boys. I have two Foreigner albums. I don't listen to them a ton, but I do put them on a lot when I just want background music. Foreigner 4, which is probably their most well-known album. At least that's what my guess would be. I also have Double Vision. Elvis at Pure Gold. There are a lot of Rod Stewart albums I have been looking for the past year and have not been able to find. But for now, I just have this one. The album cover art is really pretty. I freaked out when I found this one because I've been looking for it forever. Born in the USA. I don't listen to a ton of Bruce Springsteen, but I do really like this album, so I was really excited when I found it. The Mamas and Papas, I want to get more of theirs. I got this one when Emily came to visit me in Wisconsin. She got me into listening to them, so I definitely want to get more because I do like it a lot. Back to one of my disco favorites, we have Bee Gees. This one was gifted to me as a Christmas present, and this one is extra cool because the vinyls are clear and blue. It also folds open and has pictures in it. Queen A Night at the Opera, again, probably one of his most popular albums. And I don't listen to him so much either, but I love Bohemian Rhapsody. That's a song I just grew up singing with my mom, so I had to get it. The Police, Synchronicity, another good one. Bon Jovi, I love Bon Jovi. It's one of my dad's favorites, so I kind of grew up listening to it, but I had to get Crossroads because that is such a good album, and I really want to see him perform his old songs live. I kind of got to see him live. It was during quarantine, so it was a one night only live show, but it was through a drive-in movie. Still a cool experience. He is such a good voice, even at the age he's at now. Def Leppard, Hysteria. I love the songs on this album. Rolling Stones, Love You Live. I love the album cover on this one. I actually had it hung up in my old room back in Wisconsin for probably a year. I love Creedence Clearwater Revival. It's actually really funny because my grandma is the one that recommended me to listen to them. But they just have the most unique voices. You've probably definitely heard some of their songs, but this is another one where I didn't take the actual album off of my record wall in Wisconsin. I think they're from the 60s, but this was one of my grandpa's and I'd never heard of them before. They're not very well known, but the Suntones, go listen to them. They're an a cappella group and they have really good music. This is another present I got, but it's just 70s pop, greatest hits type of thing. But this is a good one for me to put on when there's not a specific artist I necessarily feel like listening to, because we got a lot of iconic people in this one. You are kidding me. I just found my Voulez-Vous record. I don't know how it ended up in here, but that just made my entire year. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I recorded this video, otherwise I probably would not have found this until I listened to Led Zeppelin again. We got Led Zeppelin. Stevie Wonder, this just brings back so many childhood memories because in elementary school my music teacher would play Stevie all the time. I don't listen to Grateful Dead, but this was gifted to me. It's still cool, they're still a great band, but these next two are people I actually have never listened to. They were gifted to me and I was told I needed to listen to them, so I'm gonna do that within the next week or so. But Poco and then It's a Big Bad Beautiful Day. Very interesting. I've never listened to them, so if you know about them, let me know because I'm interested to see if I'll like them or not. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Natty Dread. Okay, so you're probably wondering why I have two of these, and it wasn't intentional. I bought one at a record store and then I was gifted one, so now I have two. But it's very interesting to see the difference on them, and obviously they were taken care of very differently. But that is my record collection of the records I have with me right now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am still just shocked that I finally found the Voulez-Vous record that has been hiding from me since January. Make sure you go check out the website because all my stuff is inspired by the 70s and the Mamma Mia, so if you like this music, you would like it. I'll see you guys next video. Bye!